Hey, welcome to another live DLTV on the Fringe Hangout, coming to you from DigiCon 2016. We are very honoured right now to have with us the lovely Rosie from Project RockIT, who has just had a fabulous keynote with her sister, all about this amazing initiative that they started 10 years ago, combating things like cyberbullying with amazing passion and filling the internet with love. Well, that's what I got.
Oh, nice.
Aww.
That's kind of nice.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your organisation and your movement and how it started?
Sure. So Project RockIT is Australia's youth-driven movement against bullying, hate and prejudice. Basically, what does that mean? Like, what do you guys actually do? Well, we send young, relatable, charismatic people into schools to run
Are you
workshops.
saying I'm not young and relatable?
You
to
are
my
so
students?
young
Thank
and
you.
relatable. No, I'm just joking.
I felt so good there for a moment.
Yeah. No, look, we send young people into schools to basically teach other young people how to stand up. We tell teachers that it's a bullying workshop, but really bullying is our foot in the door to talk about issues which, in our experience, we're sexuality or racism or homophobia, all the kind of icky stuff that fuels bullying that young people want to talk to, but often it isn't addressed in a way which actually reaches them.
And when having the expert come in and say, "Now, don't do that on the internet," and what I really love about what you've shared with us today is the student, young person, and speak their language.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know what it's like to be sort of talked at about an issue that you know a lot about. And as we spoke about in our presentation, when it comes to cyberbullying, any sort of hate online, or even just keeping up with technology, like young people are judging or personal hatred, using like fear as a motivator for cyber safety just doesn't work at all. We need to be having like really fun, strengths-based discussions around, you know, cyberbullying, and also the rewards to standing up as well. Because often, like, we talk heaps about the risks, which is important, but we forget about the rewards to standing up.
I liked how you talked about that teachers want to drive change. We know the education sphere. It's that empathy sphere that's really hard because we may not actually use the same tools as the students are using. We may not connect with them in the same way. We might think that Facebook is cool, but they've all moved on to Instagram. So it's really hard. In order to drive social change, how do we get into that space between education and empathy?
I think that's a really important question. I think, first of all, treating the student like the expert is really important. We don't have to know everything. We don't have to have all of the answers. And I feel like a lot of the time when grown-ups address issues like that are technology related, like cyberbullying or trolling, they get crippled by the fact that it's happening online and they might not understand the actual online space. But as we spoke about, if you think about it, these are all social issues playing out in an online space. So when we break it down and we look at cyberbullying as like, apathy, powerlessness, if we look at it as like a lack of empathy, if we look at it like trying to fit in or trying to have influence, they're the sorts of issues which we do have a handle on. And so if we break it down and consider it a bit more sort of social, then we're going to feel more confident addressing them.
So tell us about Project RockIT. I mean, how can Australian educators be involved with trying to bring that program into their classroom and into their school and making a difference?
Cool. So look, in a nutshell, I'd say that we are probably the most relentlessly passionate bunch of young people that, we're just total anti-bullying geeks. The whole Project RockIT team, we love nothing more than going into schools across Australia every single day, working with young people, having real talk around the issues. So having these really insightful conversations that are generated by young people themselves that are really positive and strengths-based. So we work with students as young as grade 3 all the way up to year 12.
Wow.
Our sort of like sweet spot, if you like, is probably around like year 6 to year 9. And our workshops, you know, explore issues like judgment and social labels. But most importantly, all of them explore the flip side to bullying, and that's leadership. So leadership, the type of leadership that doesn't depend on whether you've been recognized as a leader before, whether you wear a badge, whether you're good at public speaking, whether you're confident. It's about empowering every young person to recognize their unique key, value or ethics around what they're willing to stand for, and then mobilizing that person to stand up.
And I think it's really important, like you mentioned, years 6 to 9 being that sweet spot. And to me, that's when a young person is really forming their identity. And that kind of a fear approach can make them think, oh, I have to just hide this online aspect of me, or that feeling of I need to fit in, so I'll just hide my unique awesomeness. But the message that you're giving is really quite profound.
Yeah.
And it's about empathy and valuing that sense of uniqueness and sharing that sense of love and supporting each other and really filling the world with kindness instead of with hate. And I think that is such an incredible message. And thinking back on me as a young person, granted, that was before I learnt about the internet. That was year 12 that I got that experience. And I often think now, how would I, as a young person, have dealt with this kind of environment? And I think it would have been really difficult for me if I hadn't had an opportunity for my sense of empathy or my sense of uniqueness to be supported. It's that fine line between crushed and empowered, and we all know how catastrophic a negative experience, a negative effect can really have on.
And I was excited when I looked at the program and realised that fear, ignorance and hate often drive some of the problems that we have in our society today. And what you're giving me is a way that we can make the kids resilient, even beyond the bullying, by giving them voice and giving them the strength to say, I care, I forgive, and I will try to understand. And those bridges are so important, and we need programs like you to help teachers to drive that change in the school.
Well, I think that's what's so important, and what we want to do at Project RockIT is like work out ways in which we can support teachers too. And so, I mean, our online program that we're so excited to be launching with the Telstra Foundation. Well, it's designed by young people for young people. It's like totally creative and immersive, packed with like soundscapes and real life stories and like, you know, great imagery. It's really, really cool. It's designed by young people, so it's cool. And it's available anywhere with an internet connection on desktop and tablet. But what we've tried to do with it isn't create like some one-dimensional technological quick fix. Not at all. It is exploring all of those issues that fuel bullying. So it is about developing empathy, fostering the emotional connections so that we actually care about each other and then are willing to implement the education that we're teaching young people. But it's about looking at leadership. And what we're really excited about as well is how, you know, we've been having these really real and insightful conversations with young people for the last 10 years about all sorts of stuff, like, you know, why do we say that's so gay, or what are the impact of some really harsh social labels. And now what we're able to do through the technological features we've embedded in the program is capture that data, capture those insights from young people and share them with teachers on a group level, but so teachers can access in real time, you know, why aren't young people standing up to bullying? Where do young people go for help? Is it me as a teacher? Is it friends? How can I better support young people? And they can access that, download it, and share it with their colleagues. Because our goal is to create cultures in schools where, as you said, kindness isn't just celebrated. It's like expected. It is the norm. Like, we can do better than these people.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to capture that idea. So
this is Roland's cool thing. It's like catching Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon!
So
where?
yeah,
he's like, no, he's catching
okay,
ideas and awesomeness. So he has to capture you.
And I've got it. Oh,
Okay,
that's a great idea.
Bravo.
Project RockIT, everyone.
#nerd. And we'll add some links under this video as well, so you can check out what these amazing ladies and their movement have achieved.
And remember to check out some of our other podcasts, and also keep an eye, because we've got something special happening in October as well.
Yay!
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Beauty.